Hello and welcome to That's Football. It's our lunchtime latest transfer news. Lots of things coming in. We're going to be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's replacement at Real Madrid. But first of all, some interesting breaking news from President of Napoli saying that Jorginho wants to play in London, not in Manchester. Now, this is a deal that, like Mahrez was done yesterday for Man City, Jorginho's always been felt that it would be a straightforward deal to Manchester City. He spoke in it. He spoke in the international break in March about how he wants to play for a team that presses the ball and moves the ball quickly. That automatically made you think Liverpool and Man City. So to go to Chelsea would be about location, and it wouldn't be about what he preached about pressing football and fast-moving football. And that would be a bit of a loss for Man City. Although I did say yesterday, if they go in for Kovacic, I think they get a better deal. But let's see what happens with that. Looking like Sarri going as manager and Jorginho going with him, which means they'll probably play that style of play anyway, but see what happens with that. So, Ronaldo's replacement, this is now going to be the next big thing. As if Ronaldo to Juventus wasn't big enough, who is the replacement going to be? Now, you may see the little cheeky reference to Mo Salah on the picture for this video. The reason we put Mo Salah is there because I don't think that Salah will leave Liverpool this summer, but I think we all need to accept that nobody thought that Ronaldo was going to Juventus. And also, Real Madrid can do anything, as they've shown in the past. And if they decide that Mo Salah is the replacement for Ronaldo, then anything is possible. I don't think they will do. And I don't think, in fairness, that Salah would be looking to go to Real Madrid. Having said that, Real Madrid's a world apart from Liverpool. So, who are they going to go for? I mean, I think there's a number of categories and a number of selections. And what I really want from this video is people to get commenting below and tell us who they think are the top three likely people to replace Ronaldo. Because for me, I think Eden Hazard last night for Belgium, almost a one-man show audition, didn't come off for him. I don't think he's consistent enough, but I think they'll consider him from Chelsea. I think Neymar is my number one to go there. I'm not a big fan of Neymar, but I have to accept that beyond Ronaldo and Messi, he is arguably the best player in the world, and he has got the ego to fill that massive void. And I think the third option is probably Kylian Mbappe, who is an amazing player, but I feel at under 20 isn't ready for that sort of responsibility at Real Madrid. So I think that the three candidates in my mind are going to be Hazard, Neymar, or Mbappe. I don't know what you lot think about that, but that's the way I think it's going to go. In fact, Mudasa has just said that exactly the same thing. Mbappe's the perfect replacement, says Pravin. I personally disagree. I think he's a fantastic talent, but Ronaldo went to Real Madrid from Manchester United in his early 20s, and he'd already won the Champions League and dominated the Premier League. What's Mbappe done? He's not won a Champions League. He might win a World Cup, but that's international football. PSG, he's won a French league twice with Monaco and with PSG. I think he needs more. But then again, where's he going to go to do more? Because when he goes somewhere else to leave France, it's going to be a big deal. But I don't think he single-handedly can take on the mantle of Ronaldo. I think he's way too young to do that. But let's see what happens with it, because it's going to be very interesting, the next part, and see what happens there. Exodus from Juventus is obviously always going to be a point discussed. Higuain to Chelsea is being mentioned. Higuain, interestingly, formerly of Napoli, wasn't he? He was only been at Juventus quite recently, so that could be an interesting move for him. Liverpool are ready to bid £80 million for Juventus forward Paulo Dybala. This is being reported by TYC Sports, and is a load of nonsense because, as I said yesterday, Liverpool are not in for Dybala, and they'd have to double an £80 million bid because he's worth at least double that. Liverpool have open talks with Shaqiri from Stoke, though. That's being reported by Sky Sports this morning, and that's quite an interesting move, and I think it's exactly the sort... I think it suits Liverpool. Liverpool need more squad depth, and Shaqiri will bring them that, and the midfielders that they've bought will bring them that, because they've now got a few midfield options, and Shaqiri will give them more attacking options. So I think that makes a lot of sense for them, although A-Sport via the Mirror are reporting that Fenerbahce want Jorginho Wijnaldum from Liverpool this summer, which would be a loss of squad depth, so it doesn't make a lot of sense if they do that. Malcolm, who's been mentioned quite a lot, Bordeaux, Brazilian winger, been linked with United and Arsenal in the past, and I thought he was off to Inter Milan, now been linked with Roma and Tottenham. Remember Roma have bought Justin Kluivert as well. I mean, the Italian league, I'll keep saying this, we're going to do quite a few watch-alongs this season on That's Football, because for Serie A, because some of the signings they're making, very, very exciting that Serie A seems to be have recovered. I mean, before 96 is when they had all that problem about Juventus got relegated to Serie B. There was lots of talks of match fixing, and it sort of tarnished Italian football. Up until then, it was the dominant thing. Everyone wanted to go to Italy. Hopefully, it's coming back again, because I think having a couple of really strong leagues in the league will help. Everton still strongly linked with Barcelona and Colombia centre-back Yerry Mina. And I was very impressed with him in the World Cup. And I know I always say don't judge players on the World Cup, but he did do well. And for an Everton sort of sign, I think that would be quite good. He only recently went to Barcelona in January, but they have signed him. They've got Titi staying now. It looks like they're going to get Clement Longley. So that would be an interesting move for them. Manchester United defender Victor Lindelof is wanted on loan by several European sides, including former club Benfica. Following his successful World Cup, and that's been reported by The Sun. I think that would be a waste of time by United to do that. And interesting here from Football London, just going back to Maurizio Sarri, who's going to be the next Chelsea manager. He said he'll only take the job if Eden Hazard and Willian stay at Stamford Bridge. So interesting there. And they're going to try and retain N'Golo Kante as well, who I think is fantastic. Kante, I was saying this morning. If the glamorous people are always going to be Pogba and Mbappe and Griezmann, aren't they? But actually, if you took Kante's been my player of the tournament, certainly for France, and I think if you took Kante out of that French team, they'd be on an Ibethan sun lounger fighting with the Germans. I don't think they'd be in the tournament. I don't think France have been brilliant. I think Kante's made them such a great defensive unit, and they're hard to break down. Leicester, interesting. This is from the Leicester Mercury. A lot of people be interested in this. That Leicester Mercury are reporting that they're preparing to offer England centre-back Harry Maguire a new deal to make him one of the highest paid players. Now they'll need to do something like that, because he's going to be a very, very, very big target this summer for a lot of clubs. So it'd be interesting to see how they do that and how successful they are, because Harry Maguire is well sought after at the moment. That's news that we've just brought you about the Napoli president, and the comments about Jorginho is now breaking news. And West Ham United have made another good signing here. They've signed Ukraine international Andrei Yarmolenko from Borussia Dortmund on a 4-year contract, which is a really good signing. He's a good player. It's a good signing for West Ham again. They're making some big moves. And Kante looking like he's going to go as well. And also, we didn't get to say this yesterday because it was yesterday afternoon. Talking about Sarri to Chelsea, talk about Jean-Michel Seri to Fulham. This came out yesterday afternoon that they're in advanced talks to bring him to London and bring him to Fulham. Really, really interesting, because he's got a release clause of 35 million. There's no deal being sorted out yet, but the clause expires on Sunday. Fulham are prepared to pay around 18 million, and are concerns they could be outbid by another club. Chelsea are also interested, so it's not a done deal yet to Fulham. But it was Di Marzio who was talking about it. Now, Jean-Michel Seri, I suppose in many ways he's a bit of a, you look at these modern midfielders, you look at your Freds, you look at your Naby Keitas, you look at your Kovacic, them sort of midfielders. He's that sort of a midfielder. Has been linked to Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United a little bit back in January, but Chelsea were the club many people expected to get him. So if Fulham were to do that, very close to Chelsea, but it'd be very, very interesting to see if they do that, and it'd be a very good signing for Fulham, who I think will be quite exciting next season. The manager's done well to get them promoted. They've got Sessegnon there. So Fulham are going to be an interesting team to keep an eye on, especially if they bring Seri in as well. So keep your eye on that. But it would be remiss of me to say, please subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner, get involved, and hopefully we'll hit 44,000 subscribers tonight, because it is England versus Croatia tonight. We did Belgium versus France as a watch-along last night, didn't we? And Belgium went out. Good start to the game, but just petered away at the end. But England tonight. I'll have the England top on against Croatia. The beers are in the fridge. I'm keeping myself busy, taking my eye off the ball, so to speak, not trying to think about it too much, because that's the routine I'm going through. Otherwise, it's going to drive me mad with nerves and excitement. So we will be live from 6:30 tonight with the World Cup watch-along, England versus Croatia. Join me tonight. Get your beers in, get your Coca-Cola in, whatever it is you drink, water. I'm not advocating alcohol, but I'll be having a few. And very excited for it. Will England be able to do something they've never done in my lifetime? In fact, will England be able to do something they've never done? Win a World Cup semi-final, a major tournament semi-final outside of England. The only time they've won a World Cup semi-final was 52 years ago in 1966. So this is a massive day for the English, a massive night for the English and the Croatians. Can England do it? Join me tonight at 6:30. We will be live and we will be talking about it. Obviously, we'll be watching it as well. It's coming home, says Ewan Hackin. Would you take Dele Alli or Jorginho, Mark, says Anvish? Neither will come to United, so it's a hypothetical for me. Why is Salah in the thumbnail, says Cookie Dough? I think we put Salah in the thumbnail basically to emphasise that Real Madrid can do anything. And Ronaldo's gone to Juventus and no one thought that could happen. So who will replace Ronaldo? My three, Neymar, Mbappe or Hazard. But you know what? They could go and get Salah. They could go and get Anthony Martial. They could go and get whoever they bloody well like, because that's what Real Madrid can do. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see what they do there. Anyway, England are going home, says Leighton Long. Well, I hope not, but I'll be live at 6:30 with the watch along. I'm very excited. I hope you're going to join me. Thanks everyone for watching. Lots to discuss. Get your comments in below. What are you thinking about Jorginho snubbing Man City for Chelsea by the looks of it? Seri, Jean-Michel Seri to Fulham. What a signing that would be. Or will Chelsea swoop in there as well? I did say to you, and I have said to you for a long time, Chelsea will make massive waves in this transfer window. They've just got to get the manager situation sorted out. And actually, what have Man City done? They've signed Mahrez. What have United done? They've signed Fred. Arsenal have signed a few. Liverpool have signed a couple. But Chelsea, when they get Sarri in place, watch what they're going to do. They're going to make big waves over the next few weeks. So keep your eye on that. And also, who do you think? Who's your top three to replace Ronaldo? Get your comments in below. It'll be interesting to see come back when they do replace him and see who got it right. Thanks for watching. Please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And remember, we are live tonight at 6:30. It's England versus Croatia. I'll speak to you all soon.